The Alash Party was formed in Kazakhstan in 1917 by a group of intellectuals and activists seeking greater autonomy for Kazakh people. The party aimed to promote national identity, culture, and language, and to resist the colonial oppression by the Russian Empire. Its founders also thought to establish a democratic system of government in Kazakhstan.
Now we are moving to reasons why Alash Orda was formed. The formation of the Alash Party was driven by a desire to promote the interests of the Kazakh people, resist cultural suppression, and achieve greater political autonomy and self-determination.
Jakub Akbayev was a prominent political figure in Kazakhstan who played an important role in the struggle for national independence in the first half of the 20th century. Akbayev made a significant contribution to the development of the Alash Party and the movement for national independence. He was an active organizer of many rallies and demonstrations and also wrote articles in newspapers and magazines calling on the Kazakh people to fight for their rights. So one of the Akbayev's most famous achievements of his role in the petition known as Qarqaralı. This petition was signed in 1920 by more than 200,000 Kazakhs. It was sent to the Russian government. The petition demanded the recognition of Kazakhstan's independence and the establishment of a new constitution that would take into account the interests of the Kazakh people. So Jansulu, who also contributed to this petition?
Bakhtjan Karatayev. He became involved in politics in the early 20th century and was one of the founders of the Alash Party. He was a strong advocate for Kazakh culture and language and played an important role in the party's efforts to resist Kazakh cultural suppression and to promote greater political autonomy for the Kazakh people.
Next, we're going to talk about the Alash figures, and the first figure that we're going to talk about is Alexander Mahometov Bukikhanov, who played a major role in the history of Kazakhstan. He was a publisher and he was a politician who played a significant role in the political landscape of Kazakhstan in the early 20th century. He was the chairman of the Alash Orda, and he was also one of the leaders of the Alash Party between late 1917 and late 1920s.
Ahmed Baitarsunov was an important person in Kazakhstan. He was a teacher, writer, and leader who worked to improve education and the Kazakh language. He was the member of the academic center in Kazakhstan and the People's Commissariat Education and accomplished a lot during his career, including organizing research and eliminating illiteracy. He was also very important when it comes to the development of the Kazakh grammar, and he was also revered as the teacher of the nation.
Here is memorial designated for a Kazakh paper, which was founded by Alexander Bukikhanov, Ahmed Baitarsunov, and Mirza Abdulatov, and other Alash members. Kazakh newspaper published various information on political, socio-economic issues, spiritual and cultural topics. It was here where Ahmed Baitarsunov and others published their research papers on the history of Kazakh literature, folklore, and linguistics. One of the important goals of the newspaper is to defend the ethnic name of the people. This goal was laid down in the name of the newspaper.
So now let's take a visit to the historical Algiers camp. So we are here in Algiers camp. Let's get inside. The Algiers was a Soviet forced labor camp located near the city of Astana, Kazakhstan. It was established in 1937 during the height of Stalin's Great Purge or repression and was specifically designed to detain and punish the wives of those deemed enemies of the nation. The wives of Alash members were also sent here.
The conditions at Algiers were notoriously harsh and many women died due to the brutal treatment and the lack of basic necessities such as food, water, and medical care. The prisoners were forced to perform hard labor such as farming and construction work and were subjected to constant surveillance and interrogation.
In total, it is estimated that over 18,000 women were imprisoned at Alger between its opening in 1937 and its closure in 1953. Many of these women were never charged with a crime and were simply imprisoned because of their association with a perceived enemy of the state.
Today, Alger is a museum and memorial site dedicated to preserving the memory of the women who suffered and died there. It serves as a reminder of the atrocities committed during Stalin's regime and the importance of preserving human rights and dignity.
Gidiyor, keseler.